Hey guys, Paul from PABrewNews. Got a beer here, beer here. Got something a little different. This is a gluten-free Russian Imperial Stout from Ghostfish Brewing Company. Ghostfish are from Seattle, Washington. A dedicated gluten-free brewery. Because that's the thing now, isn't it? Of course it is. This is February 1st, 2016. This is their first anniversary ale. So commemorating their first anniversary, this Washington-based brewery released a Russian Imperial Stout at 12% alcohol by volume, 100% gluten-free. Ingredients are water, malted and roasted millet from Grouse Malting Company, brown rice, roasted buckwheat from Grouse Malting Company, Duramara sugar, purple corn, non-GMO by the way, just in case you wanted to know, hops and yeast. So basically, of course it's going to be 12%. They just put a bunch of freaking sugars and starches in there and it just went crazy. But will it have the mouthfeel and the overall characters I look for in a Russian Imperial Stout? We shall see. I have the tools to get such things done. It's got carbonation. So that's good to see. Barrel smoke, the whole deal. Alright, looks a bit thin. As you can plainly see, it does have a lot of carbonation. It has a big, that was a pretty vigorous pour, but 12%, heads don't usually stick around too long. Or even accumulate that big. About 2.5 finger head of off-white, cream-colored head. And to the light, you do get some ruby hues coming through there. The head is dissipating quite quickly, showing that maybe it's not the thickest protein base, but that's fine. Now let's look at this and get an aroma. That's interesting. It does have it's got a really bright, dark fruit note to this one. It's kind of like sweet cherries almost. There might be the ethanol alcohol is bringing up that fruit nose, but there's definitely a raisin or cherry kind of mixing together in there. Almost like a honey note too, a little bit of a floral note. That might be from that Duramara sugar, I'm not sure. You're getting roasty toasty notes kind of coming through that too. So dark fruits, roasty toasty. Let's see. Cheers. That bright fruit is very, very apparent, and it's got a bite to it. Don't know what kind of hops they used, but that could give some of that note, that kind of grapefruit hint and earthiness is definitely in there. There's a big residual bitterness on the back end. And there's a burn too. There was a little bit of a burn from the alcohol. 12%, definitely not hidden. This is a couple months old now, but it's still relatively fresh. Worked down to a ring's worth ahead. Very coffee forward, very coffee-esque anyway. As a soft but firm carbonation, very, very forward as coffee, roasted coffee, coffee bitterness. You're not getting any kind of playful chocolates or anything like that mixed in there. More basically coffee, ethanol, bringing up those fruits, those oils, kind of bringing all those fruits together. Then you get the hop kind of kick near the end, mixing with that coffee bitterness, that earthy bitterness, bringing up some hops. A hint of a grapefruit, those kind of notes, blending in there in the back, and then that earthy bitterness, almost pine, a note of pine almost, in there too, rounding it off. But an overly, very bitter back end on this one. The sweetness is pretty much low-key with this one. It's more bitter, bold ethanol, dark fruits. A lot of that coffee, brown, roasty, toasty kind of brown coffee. It tastes a lot like a coffee Imperial Stout because of those dark fruits, because of that big kind of coffee note it has. Because it lacks a lot of that body for once. It's a medium body, by the way. It lacks that body. It lacks those dark milk chocolate, baker chocolate notes. Just more straightforward, roasty, toasty coffee, dark fruits, bitter back end. So definitely not one of the best imperial stouts I've ever had. I can tell you it's the best gluten-free imperial stout I've ever had. So, I mean, if you're stuck, because the thing is, it's not supposed to be a trend. You're not supposed to drink gluten-free if you don't have to. Get it, guys? Do you get that? I don't think they do. But people aren't normally supposed to drink gluten-free if they don't have to. Like, if you have to drink gluten-free, at least there's beers like this out there that you can enjoy. But gluten-free shouldn't be a freaking weird hippie trend. If you don't have to drink gluten-free, don't. Huh? Okay, but whatever. Drink whatever you want. Drink my own urine. I don't give a fuck what you want to do. Whatever. Anywho, back to the beer. It's not very good overall for a Russian Imperial Stout for the ones that I've had. For 12% too. I mean, this is a big boy. Alcohol, definitely not hidden. There's a little bit of an alcohol burn, all that dark fruit. If you'd like to see how this anniversary matures, over time, drink it on the 5th anniversary. Drink it on the 6th anniversary. That's pretty crazy. But, okay. Other than that, this has been Paul with PABrewNews. Phones are going off. Things are chaos. I'll give this one probably about a 7.5 on the whole overall scale for me. But that's not horrible. And like I said, this thing should change up and get better over time. This has been Paul with PABrewNews. Cheers.